So we know that you've covered Trump's first convention speech back in 2016. This is now many years later. How did this one compare to that one in 2016?
Well, I'll tell you, they were both very long. Back in 2016, it was an hour and 15 minutes. Tonight's actually is the longest acceptance speech in history for a presidential candidate at 1 hour and 33 minutes. That's according to the American Presidency Project. But in terms of tone, it was strikingly different. This one felt more personal. It felt softer. There was obviously much more of a message, I would say, of unity. And although former President Trump certainly talked about, criticisms he had of the current administration, in 2016, he painted a very dark picture. This time you got the sense that this is a candidate who is feeling very confident and just felt like a lightness and a connection with the audience here. And I think that may have been one of the reasons that his speech went on as long as he did. I think he was really enjoying himself, and the delegates were enjoying him as well.
You wonder how much of that speech changed due to the assassination attempt. Okay, Edie, you've also covered RNCs, DNCs over your career. How would you compare this RNC to what you have seen in the past? I mean, it's just the political theater that we saw, even if you can't recall other conventions in the past. I mean, it was quite the spectacle.
Yeah, I don't think anything can really compare to this, given that, former President Trump was actually shot just 2 days before this convention started. And going into it before that rally, there was some talk about maybe disagreements over the abortion issue. The idea of a nationwide ban was taken out of the Republican platform. There were members of the Republican Party who did not want to see that. And there was some talk there might have been some dissension over adopting the platform, which is now leaving that issue up to the states. We didn't see that. People just came together. I think that the threat to the former president's life scared people and just brought them together in a way that it's hard to compare that to anything else in history.
Yeah, well.